Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm called to return here. I'm invited to return and speak to you about transcendental psychology. I'm going to pull one card. The card of the day is Into the Sea. Is into the sea, is the jump, a leap of faith. We have to return to source, but there is nowhere else to return. For discuss that a little bit, but this whole universal drama was created with the knowledge that sooner or later there is no other place but to return to source, and all the plans of the divine will always work out. And for tonight, we have the wind of change, to feel that the change has to move into this rebirth, the state of rebirth, the wind of change. So it's about letting go of the past, letting go of the good and the bad memory, not to be attached. If we could let go of all memory, that we become completely free of any memory, we move into a state of ecstasy. But it's about also the acceptance of the self, accepting who we are, all that we are, and accepting that everybody else is just an extension of source as well. And so it's about it's very much about, the more we accept ourselves and we accept others, the more we can find peace. It is the solution to all problem, the acceptance of the great diversity. That's what they don't want us to do. They want us to separate, to oppose, to conflict, because until then they can pull on the strings of that. So as soon as we accept ourselves, all that we are, where we are, everything that we are, and we accept others, all that they are, everything that they are, we can come into this alignment, this harmonization, into this great diversity. There was a French philosopher named Voltaire. He said, "I may not agree with what you do, I may even be opposed to what you do, but I will fight till my last breath to make sure you have the right to say it." For it's all about the acceptance of the great diversity. I'm not talking about discourse that fuel hatred and conflict. Even that, they should be matched with the light and the love immediately, not to allow it to unfold within the human consciousness. But for it is for throughout our soul history, we have chosen to embody all kinds of models for it's a long history. For when we choose an incarnation, we decide to explore a theme, a certain theme. There is a lot of details that are not being worked out. We have so much creative possibility within each incarnation, but we're exploring themes, and we have done that thousands of times. And so we have explored every light and dark model. We couldn't come into this matrix and choose not to explore anything that could be dark, part of this negatively polarized. But every time if we serve the light, if you chose as the entry point to serve the light, then when we an incarnation that we explore something dark, we choose a couple of incarnations to balance out the energy, so we don't like cultivate too much darkness. Although there are some souls that have just more exclusively turned to the darkness, but in a sense, it's we really have to accept that we've explored every model, every archetype, every expression as an individual soul. For on a higher level, we are universal. We've explored it all. We can draw on from the collective Akash onto all levels. But it's very important to start feeling what we want rather than to be imagining or visualizing. It's a lot faster. So we are part of this universal expression, yet we only hold responsible for our causes, our own personal causes. Whatever anybody else causes is their responsibility to handle their cause, and therefore the effect. For true salvation comes through the Christ. The Christ model, the Christ for the unconditional love and forgiveness, because there was this experience was done by the Lyrian, the founders that decided to explore the universe through the creation of a civilization that would be polarized, knowing that they will all return to source eventually. And then there was the vegan that didn't want to lose this connection to source, so they're much more a lot of the vegan enlightenment is we all connected to so many civilizations. This history, the galactic history, will be returned to our consciousness. But the Christ, in a sense, as Jesus, is the master creator soul, the creator son, a paradise creator son, the father of the universe that incarnated in human form. So we were hoping that his coming would put an end to this dualistic principle, but it took thousands of years for humanity to be ready for that. But in a sense, we serve his way, and we have to align. It's not a matter of religion. The Catholic religion is not the way of the Christ. The only religion of Christ is love. Love. if you listen to his words, this is what it's all about, and unification with the first source and center. And so, but we serve it's for the planet, but also the whole local universe is following his way, aligning with the Christos and the Sophia. And so to cultivate this golden white light of the soul, the golden white light of the Christ. For the first Christ archetype was developed 13 million years ago in the system of Sirius during the galactic wars. It was the first attempt to solve those wars by developing this model. It was a Merlin of unconditional love and forgiveness, to solve the polarity and duality that was created. Then on Sirius, he was brought to Orion. When he reached the duality, the suffering of the soul, they created a net where soul could not escape. Very, very difficult to escape the reincarnation process. And there was rebels called the Black League, that was like the Jedi that were opposing to try to free their own society from there on Orion. And those who have been able to escape the Orion came into the earth. So, but those are usually positive souls that manage to escape. But all of that will be we're here to resolve these Orion parameters of duality and conflict, to reconnect to the source. And so for the Christ came about 2,000 years ago. But so it took about 2,000 years to integrate that. For it was a mission of bestowal mission for his own purpose and plans. But there was also models, like the Buddha came to teach enlightenment and compassion. It didn't really work either at the time. It brought a lot of good, just as Mahomet brought the understanding of returning to the one, nothing else but the one. Or Saint Germain, that brought the knowledge of the sacred fire, the fire of transmutation, the violet fire, which is the combination of the divine, the first ray of the divine will and power, the blue flame, and the pink ray of unconditional love that is blended. So it is very important to continue to cultivate that unconditional love and forgiveness, because we all explored all the models of darkness in the past as well, and so it's like and once we can move into this acceptation, we move into a state of contemplation. I'm not sure if I pulled out some cards already. The highest wisdom is courage for today. What we need to understand is accomplishment. What we need to do is family. Love your family, love your friends, love your environment, and the outcome is the judgment, is the separation. Allow the spirit to find the wisdom in that. For we have to love our shadow self, to love our weakness, to love all that, because it is a sign that we're closer to returning to source, and so. Because from a non-physical perspective, from the eternal perspective, the return to source is inevitable, no matter what we do. It's the acceptance that brings the resolution. We don't need to work out the problem. When we move into the acceptance, we allow the Holy Spirit to handle things. It gets a lot easier. Things are unfolded naturally. For it is also to cultivate what the Buddha explains is of course, everything I'm expressing here is just perspective, just an angle, perspective. Is the 8 ways of rectitude, to have to become true true to ourselves, to develop sincerity and honesty in relationship to our beliefs, to our words, to our lifestyle, to our actions, to our thoughts, to our efforts, to our meditation and connection to the divine. For we want to return to the soul. The soul is an all-powerful being. It is aligned with the timing of God. It is far greater, and the soul wants to return to itself. The soul commands all the incarnation. For a long time, it was just a silent observer. It's just we were dropped here, and then the ego was all in the power of. The soul couldn't really do anything because the ego was so overwhelmingly dominant, but now it's becoming into full empowerment. This solar eclipse on December 4th will bring great awareness of what needs to be released from the past in order to focus on the rebirth, on the renewal. Because we are as light workers, we're like emergency emergency rescue for the souls that have been trapped on this matrix. So just it's not, we're not that important. What's important is that we are able to create those openings within the field when the souls find the possibility of escaping it. And so the grid, the crystalline grid is being fueled every moment by little, and the more it's accelerating its frequency and it's rising day after day. For the great solar flash will be coming, but there are already a lot of solar activity we are using. And we have to master the seven breaths of God. The seven breaths of God is the Ark of the Covenant. It is the new Ark of the Covenant. For doesn't mean that we still want to follow the law of Moses that was given by God. That you shall not kill, you shall not steal, you shall not lie. Those are very essential. But now we are ready for more. We are ready to integrate the seven rays of the rainbow and the seven the new, it's the new Ark of the Covenant, the integration of the seven primal ray, and to learn to see the things in a new way. For it, the change doesn't always mean that we can perceive change on the physical world right away, but we can perceive the change in our appreciation and respond to all things in a new way. We have to deal with to know that there are many aspects of the self. There is the false self, which is the ego, and the true self, which is God. And within that, there is the little self, which is the individualized soul, and the greater self that supervise and coordinate the process of evolutions. For the Archangel Ariel came to a while back for me in a dream and showed me that every day we can recreate ourselves many times a day, completely recreate ourselves staying within the same frame. We don't want to go out of the frame, for the frame is really created for the evolution. So we're learning to let go of a lot of things, and this solar flash this solar eclipse will be very powerful. That's what I wanted to basically to move into acceptation and to understand that acceptation will bring resolution as we stop fighting against the flow. We go with the current rather than against the current, and to continue to enjoy yourself, to enjoy your life. And that's mainly. Well, thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. And thank you for your donations. And if you want a private session, you can send me an email. I've been working on some paintings. This one is a painting. It's actually upside down. The tree is upside down and the scene is upside down, but it's because we live in a world that is upside down, and it's I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. It's a very powerful mantra. I'm happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And when you repeat a mantra, it becomes you're able to anchor it. I bought this it's about 100. It's 108 beats. So you can, when you do a mantra, you just go through the whole. You repeat it 108 times. I've already practiced this with the Kadosh, 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 Adonai, Sebayot. Glory, glory, glory to the Lord of hosts, who always has been, is, and always will be. It is anchoring when we do that. So I just got this to practice, so I don't have to count it in my head. For 108 is enough to anchor a mantra. And I think I said all this. This is poem of Charles Baudelaire. All the colors works now. I feel it is all integrated. It is both calm and powerful. And I will eventually do a bigger painting with the whole poem. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I just wanted to come and wish you a good day, to continue to assess, to anchor this light, to anchor the joy and optimism, to be ready for the celebrations that are to come. And this painting behind me is about the super universe of Orvonton. And so I'm going to finish with a song. It's a song, an old song of Bob Dylan. It goes Robert Zimmerman. That's called "The Man in Me." It goes like this. La 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 la. The man in me will do nearly any task, and as for compensation, there's a little he would ask. Take a woman like you to get through to the man in me. La 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 la. La 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 la. Storm clouds are raging all around my door. I think to myself I might not take it anymore. Take a woman like your kind to find the man in me. But oh, what a wonderful feeling just to know that you are near. Set my heart a reeling from my toes up to my ears. The man in me will hide sometime to keep from being seen, but that's just because he doesn't want to turn into some machine. Took a woman like you to get through to the man in me. La 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 la. La 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 la. Sometimes the storm clouds are raging all around my door, but the outside is just a projection, a mirror to what we need it's all created from within. So the more we become aware of that, the more will be able to shift the outside reality with greater ease. Do not be fooled by the external reality and focus on the peace, the acceptance. And the card of the day is the Four of Raphael. Looking to other possibility. It's about looking into the magic side of light. Look into the magical side of life, is what she says. Becoming aware of your emotion. So it's about always seeking better feeling thoughts, always the thoughts that are aligned with the love and the beauty, and call on the Christ, call on the Mary, call on the Buddha, call on Jesus. For he's really he came here as a bridge it doesn't have anything to do with religion. Once again, it is just a brother that the creator son, the paradise creator son, that incarnated on this planet, and through his actions, through his intention, he is able to create this atonement, and to bring you back into the state of unconditional love and forgiveness. As with this unconditional love and forgiveness, we align with the first source and center, and we become free. So we're working on that, and this end of the year will be a very powerful catalyst for an increase, a great increase in energy. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Adonai.